also I didn't really sleep that well today, so I needed something to boost my energy, basically. Alright, so in this video I wanted to talk about something that I was thinking about for a very long time. Let me tell you the story. So I was watching this ASMR channel called ASMR with Genevieve Angelson. I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. And she's an actress. She has a lot of interesting stuff to say, so I highly recommend for you to subscribe to her if you like whispery rambles a lot, if you like soft-spoken and whispers. And she was talking about how she always used to listen to this ASMR channel, Pixbum 53, back in the day, and how she was always sharing her struggles with her eating disorder, all her struggles in her life, problems. And sometimes I know that this format might not really be popular anymore in ASMR, but sometimes it's nice to listen to other person's struggles, because it reminds us that we're not alone in this, and it brings you this weird sense of comfort. And sometimes it's so easy to get caught up in our own thoughts and our own problems, so it's refreshing basically to hear other person's struggles, right, from time to time. And when she said that, I almost had this epiphany moment, because I was like, oh my god, like, I feel like most creators these days don't do that anymore, and so it's been really hard for me to connect to creators these days. And I don't know if you feel the same, of course, like, this is just my personal opinion. We probably all watch different creators, right? So let me have a sip of coffee. So it actually made me think about booktube, for example, because I was in the booktube community for way longer than I am in the ASMR community. As a viewer, of course, now I do have my own booktube channel that I've recently started, but I watched booktube videos for probably 10 years. And I was thinking about how back in the day, like 10 years ago, I knew everything about the creator. Like, I almost knew their favorite time to poop, Obviously that's a joke, but you know what I mean. Like, I think it was back in the day easier for creators to share their struggles. And oh, by the way, I don't want to make it sound like people have to do that, because that's not true at all. Obviously creators will share what they will want, what they are comfortable with, right? So but yeah, before, I think because I really connected to the creator, and I knew all their struggles, it connected me with them on, like, I want to say personal level, because obviously they have no idea who I was, right? But it gave me this sense of comfort and friendship that I so desperately needed at the time. Back in the day, I didn't have a lot of friends that I could talk to, and even listening to somebody on YouTube helped tremendously. I know it might sound kind of sad, but that was the reality, really. And so, because of that, I even, like, now, years later, they might not even post videos anymore, or I don't watch their videos anymore, but still from time to time I go and check on them, like either on Instagram, or I go back making fun of the creator, you know, being really immature, or just straight up having malicious intents, you know, like I already talked about this I think 3 times on my channel, but a lot of fetish minors would demand content from creators, stuff like that. So I think overall the environment has changed, and honestly I don't even think we will go back to the way it used to be, because now it's just too different. Despite that yes, I do get like few hate comments from time to time, the majority are always positive. It's always the few percent that ruin it for everyone, right? Like there's this example that comes to my mind, which is the fandom of BTS armies, right? Like there's literally millions of them. It will make sense that a certain percentage will be toxic or, you know, crazy, but I still believe the majority are just chill and they wouldn't attack you for anything, right? But I think the toxic and the rude people are always the loudest. You always hear them the most. And like I said, the fandom is huge, and so there's a lot of toxic people that have very loud voices, so then everybody else can have a skewed opinion on the fandom. And I think this happens to every single thing, music, whatever, topic, ASMR. If the community just grows bigger, it's just natural, right? Despite that, I still don't have that many hate comments, but let's be honest, I'm a tiny channel. I already talked about that. Yes, I do get hate comments from time to time, and by hate comments I literally mean just like a bunch of slurs or nonsense, curse words, stuff like that. Those I classify as hate comments. Actually, those hate comments, I don't really care about them as much, because it speaks more about them than about me. The comments that hurt a lot, and this is another thing that I actually thought about. The comments that hurt a lot is just like, oh, I don't really enjoy your content anymore, or I'm really disappointed by your content. I actually have a story with this as well. Basically, this one creator, and I will not name her because I don't want more like attention drawn to her. I did notice that the lighting was so weird because it's raining outside, and yeah, I just fixed it. But anyways, she posted that she felt very hurt by comments saying, oh, I'm disappointed in your content. And I think I said like a few encouraging words, like, oh, don't like care about it, like, and these like few people kind of came after me saying like, oh yeah, but they were just stating their opinion, like they're disappointed in her content. I remember this, if a family member disappoints me, I want them to know that so they can improve. And this specific comment made me so angry, and I'll tell you why. Because when you are on YouTube, you post videos for hundreds as well. I don't know if I am really. Back when I started, I felt this insane amount of pressure to meet everybody's expectation. And it was crazy. Like, my channel had maybe only 1,000 subscribers. It was super tiny. And, people were commenting like, oh, please do this, please do that, please do this. And of course, I didn't have to listen to them, but I wanted to, and I do want to fulfill your requests, of course. It's literally like what I do, And so there's this like weird imbalance between like what you would want, what the viewers want. So sometimes there is unfortunately a lot of pressure. I think I learned how to handle it better. I always write your ideas down, by the way, because sometimes I don't have amazing ideas. It's natural. I usually have few months where I literally have one idea after another, and then I have months where I'm just like, nothing. There's more factors coming into that. Obviously sometimes it's easier for me to do like a rambly video if I don't have a lot of time, which unfortunately is what happened today. I didn't really have time to prepare like a detailed mythology video, so obviously it's easier for me to just get in front of the camera and talk. So that's another factor. Like sometimes, I would like to make very detailed content, but it's impossible. And I've put so much pressure on myself, and I still do actually, to make good content that people will enjoy. And sometimes it's impossible, and I hate it, I really do. But it's out of my control, really. The same way how everybody else perceives my videos, right? That's also out of my control. I feel like I drank some caffeine and now I have so much energy. There's another thing, basically. I also have started my booktube channel, and I made like this promise that I will post at least once a week or once every 2 weeks max, because I want that channel to grow, obviously. But I promised to myself that I'm not going to pressure myself. However, the second week of having my channel, I already was so stressed out because I have underestimated how long it will take me to edit that video. Like my video number 2, the September TBR, it was a 45-minute long video. I cut it down to 13 minutes roughly, but it took so long. It took hours and hours because ASMR is easier to edit, 100%. I usually, when it's a non-ASMR video, I have like a rough draft. I cut the video, that's it. I don't do anything else. The next day I go over it again and I cut out all like awkward breaths or just parts when I'm being really awkward. And then I add music and text and all of that. And it takes a long time. It really does. I really underestimated it. I didn't think it would be this bad. So that's also a reason why I'm filming this video, because I just didn't have time to prepare like a really good ASMR video. So I will need to learn how to divide my time properly between like those two channels. I call it my baby channel, my booktube channel, because it's so tiny. It will be hard to grow that channel. I have remembered how hard it was when I've just started my ASMR channel, because on the other hand, I would expect YouTube to promote those kinds of videos more. I don't know if that's the case, really. I really don't know. I've noticed if, I don't know how well it's growing. I have no comparison. ASMR in itself, when I started, it was really popular. It's still really popular. Talking about books, not as much. It's not for everybody, so I have no comparison. I don't know if I'm doing well or if I'm not doing well. So that's another thing, but I do want to put some work into it and just do my best, really, because it's been my dream for years, truly. The sun just came out, so I look a little bit white. I mean, I'm white, but too white, I mean. This caffeine is not good, let me tell you. Alright, so I think I will actually end this video now. How do you like my moon in the background? I hope you like it. I originally wanted to add stars into the background. However, I've put all the lights up. I tried to make it seem like stars, but it looked weird. I just didn't like it. It looked really weird. So I hope this is fine. Alright, so that will be it for today's video. I hope you have enjoyed it. I don't know how often I will make videos like these, only when I will have something that I would like to talk about. Oh, I forgot one thing. Oh my god, I wanted to say that back when I started my ASMR channel, I really wanted to be open and honest and let you, the lovely viewer or subscriber, to connect, have a bond. And then my channel grew, and I've panicked, and I just didn't. And I did share a few bits every now and then, but it is scary, I'm not gonna lie. It is very scary. So I would like to share more of my life and my struggles in the future. In a way, that's why I'm kind of starting this segment as well. Alright, I also think, let me know if you would like it. You probably are asleep by now, but if you're not, I wanted to do a segment called like either, I don't want to call it girl talk or like advice, because there's so many videos like that on the ASMR YouTube, but I wanted to do something like that, and I think it would be also good for us to chat. I know that we can chat in the comments. It's kind of harder for me to have like a proper conversation in the comments. You can send me a DM on Instagram. I don't go on Instagram like at all. Like I go on there like once every 3 weeks. It's bad. So, doing like a segment like that might be really good as well. Just so you would maybe, ask me to give you an advice or something, and I can provide. I know that some of my viewers are younger. I am 25 now. There was some stuff that I went through, so either like with dating, relationships, all that. Not just that though, but maybe that would be also good. Also, now that I think about this, I'm actually going to name this 3 a.m. Talks. I think that's better than my 3 a.m. Thoughts. Yeah, we'll see.